On the track now, out of Tracy, California, it's going to be the number 68 car of Rebecca Doobie. Rebecca Doobie, driver of the number 68 car in our 5150 Junior Late Models here at the Madera Speedway for this short track shootout. At the fastest 1/3 mile on the west, as she comes out of turn number 4, she'll pick up the white flag, indicating one more lap of qualifying here at the fastest 1/3 mile on the west, the Madera Speedway. First lap for Rebecca Doobie. As we are waiting for the transponder to pick up her lap. Still no time. Checker flag in the air. Still no response from the race receiver or on the track now, he comes to us out of Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the number 45 car of Bryson Brown. They call him Cowboy. He comes to us out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Driver the number 45. Junior Late Model here at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west, the Madera Speedway. As he comes out of turn number 4, the white flag in the air for his qualifying session at the Madera Speedway. And Bryson Brown's first lap will be a 15.898. A 15.898 for the driver out of Las Vegas, Nevada, as he drives it off into turn number 3. Keeps it glued to the bottom of the track. He'll come out of turn number 4 for lap 2 of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. Second lap, a 15.780. A 15.780 for the young man out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the 45 of Bryson Brown. On the track now, we pick up the number 37 car. This young man comes to us out of Bakersfield, California. The number 37 of Caden Cordova. Caden Cordova, part of the Kyle Keller Racing Development Team out of Bakersfield, California. He'll pick up the initial green flag in his qualifying here for the 10th annual Short Track Shootout, brought to you by Mission Foods at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west, the Madera Speedway. As he comes out of turn number 4, he'll pick up the white flag, indicating one more lap of qualifying. Cordova picks up a 15.733. A 15.733 for the young man out of Bakersfield, California. Driver, the number 37. Keeps the tires a squealing, keeps it glued to the bottom of the track. He'll come out of turn number 4, checker flag high in the air. A 15.578. A 15.578 for the young man out of Bakersfield, California, of Caden Cordova. Next car to hit the track looks like a number 3 car of Trey Daniels. Trey Daniels in the number 3 car. First lap for Trey Daniels will be a 15.552. A 15.552 for the driver of the 3 of Trey Daniels. Second lap, a 15.541. A 15.541 for the driver of the 3 of Trey Daniels. Next car to hit the track looks like the 3K. This young man comes to us out of Madera, California. It's the 3K of Joey Keneally. Joey Keneally out of Madera, California. Keneally will pick up his initial green flag of qualifying here on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout, powered by Mission Foods at the fastest 1/3 mile in west, the Madera Speedway. First lap for this young man out of Madera, California. He'll pick up a 15.545. A 15.545 for the driver of the 3K, the Wiley X Special of Joey Keneally. Second lap, a 15.508. of 15.508 for the 3K of Joey Keneally. Another car, part of the Kyle Keller Racing Development Team here at the Madera Speedway. Next car to hit the track. She comes to us out of Madera, California. She is your 2022 Hobby Stock Track Champion. Now jumping into a junior late model here on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout, debuting her junior late model, the 23 of Haley Bug. Bug jumping into this junior late model for her first time ever. Very, very happy to see this young lady in a junior late model, as she is very good on the racetrack. And tonight she gets to debut this junior late model here on the 10th annual Short Track Shootout. As Bug comes out of turn number 4, she'll pick up the white flag. And like that, straight to the top of the pylon with the 15.495. A 15.495 for the young lady out of Madera, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings as she comes out of turn number 4. Checker flag high in the air for lap 2 of qualifying. A 15.478. A 15.478 for the young lady out of Madera, California, the 23 of Haley Bug. Next car to hit the track comes to us out of Manteca, California. Or Martinez, California, my bad. The V5 of Vito Cancella. He is just turned 11 years old. He is our youngest driver here at the Madera Speedway for this 10th annual Short Track Shootout, powered by Mission Foods at the one and only fastest 1/3 mile west of the Madera Speedway. Vito comes out of turn number 4, white flag high in the air, indicating one more lap of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. And Vito Cancella, a 15.394. A 15.394 for the young man out of Martinez, California, the V5 of Vito Cancella. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes out of turn number 4. He'll stay right there with the 15.395. A 15.395 for the young man, the driver, the V5 of Vito Cancella. On the track now, he comes out of Fort Bragg, California. The number 44, the Anderson Logging, number 44 of Lane Anderson. Lane Anderson, driver, the number 44 out of Fort Bragg, California. Lane's back after a very big incident in turn 1. It's good to see this young man back to the Madera Speedway for the 10th annual Short Track Shootout here at the Madera Speedway. As he comes out of turn number 4, he'll pick up the white flag, indicating one more lap of qualifying. And Anderson picks up a 15.527. A 15.527. That'll put him 4th on the pylon for qualifying here for the 5150 junior late models at the Madera Speedway. As it comes out of turn number 4 for lap 2 of qualifying, let's see what he gets here. A lot better time. A 15.406 put him 2nd on the pylon for qualifying. The young man out of Fort Bragg, California, the 44 of the Anderson Logging of Lane Anderson. Next car to hit the track will be the 1K, the other Wiley X Special. Another product of the Kyle Keller Racing Development Team of Robbie Keneally out of Madera, California. As tonight we'll be crowning some champions in the 5150 Junior Late Models and the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. And here comes Keneally. Transponder not picking up a time. As he runs off down the back straightaway into turn number 3, let's see what lap 2 brings for the number 1K car of Robbie Keneally out of Madera, California. And Robbie Keneally straight to the top of the pylon with the 15.288. A 15.288 for the young man out of Madera, California, the 1K of Robbie Keneally. In the sinister diesel number 7 out of Loomis, California, it's the number 7 of Kenna Mitchell. as she runs to try to pick up a championship or pick up this 10th annual short track shootout powered by Mission Foods here at the Madera Speedway. She comes out of turn number 4. She'll pick up the initial green flag of her qualifying at the fastest 1/3 mile and west of the Madera Speedway. Here she comes out of turn number 4. White flag high in the air for the driver out of Loomis, California. She'll pick up a 15.296. A 15.296 for the driver out of Loomis, California. The driver of Kenna Mitchell. Let's see what lap 2 brings for the 7 car. As she comes out of turn number 4. A lot better. She'll go straight to the top of the pylon with the 15.278. A 15.278 for the young lady out of Loomis, California in the Sinister Diesel, number 7 of Kenna Mitchell. On the track now, he comes to us out of Quincy, Washington. Driver of the number 88 is Casey Klein. Casey Klein out of Quincy, Washington. As he rolls off turn number 4, he'll pick up his initial green flag of qualifying here at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west on this 10th annual short track shootout brought to you by, or should I say powered by Mission Foods at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west of Madera Speedway. Here comes Klein down the front straightaway. He'll pick up the white flag. And Klein will pick up a 15.398. A 15.938 for the driver out of Quincy, Washington. Set in P4 right now as he comes out of turn number 4. Let's see what lap 2 brings for the 88 car. They call him Cash. Oh, Casey Klein. He'll stay right there with the 15.548. A 15.548 for the driver out of Quincy, Washington. The 88 of Casey Klein. All right, race fans, rolling to the track now. The number 21 in Manteca, California. They call him Nasty. It's Ethan Nascimento as he rolls for qualifying here for the 5150 Junior Late Models on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout powered by Mission Foods. And in the booth with me today, well, we're in the booth right now for qualifying, and it's Davey Boy out of Fallon, Nevada. It's been 8 years since you've been back to California.
Well, thank you there, Brian. It's good to be back again. We got the 21 Ethan Nascimento out there. That is your current points leader in the juniors. So he's right behind him is Robbie Canelli, and they're only 12 points difference.
And Nascimento will pick up a 15.341, put him P3 on the grid. Let's see what lap 2 brings for the 21. And of Ethan Nascimento, he'll stay right there with that 15.321. In the Nascimento Sports number 21 in, they call him Nasty. It's Ethan Nascimento. And then right now, race fans, we're waiting for them to get the grid lined up for our LunkerDaddy Pro Late Model qualifying grid as we get ready to do qualifying for the big dogs. Up next here on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout powered by Mission Foods here at the fastest 1/3 mile and west, the Madera Speedway. And Davey, it's great to have you back here at a home track that you've announced for years.
Well, I'll tell you what, just like we said, it's been about 8 years since I left California. I drove in here last night. The first person I see was Kenny. So as soon as I got out of the truck, I could see the goosebumps on my arm coming up because it's been a long time since I've been back here.
Yeah, because they said they had someone that was going to come announce, but they was 80% sure they was, and when I found out it was you, I was honored to come and announce with you again.
Like I said, it's good to be back, and those goosebumps were still there this morning when I actually walked the track.
And you know what? The only thing about this man, ladies and gentlemen, is that the shirts that he wears at the racetrack are so patriotic. You cannot mistake Davey Boy at any racetrack in California or Fallon, Nevada.
A lot of people were asking me about that this morning. Why do you wear those shirts? Because that's what I am, patriotic.
Exactly. He's an American, and we are in America, so let's, But now we got our Bandoleros on the racetrack, race fans qualifying here at the Madera Speedway on this Short Track Shootout. And this young man is in the 637 Collectibles here out of Madera, California. It's Andrew Williams.
Andrew Williams' birthday today, turning 8 years old.
Yes, I heard that from his grandpa earlier, and he's going to be 8 years old today, so we'll have to wish him a happy birthday.
When I met him yesterday, he comes up to me. Last name is Williams. I'm 7 years old today, but I'll be 8 years old tomorrow.
I was kind of funny because I was watching your live feed, and he forgot his last name, but he knew the other young man, which was Skylar Shoppy, to introduce you to him, but he forgot his last name. That was great. But yeah. Andrew Williams picks up a 20.101 on his first lap. Let's see what lap 2 brings.
Yeah, when I was live there for Facebook there, he's trying to take my job over there. He was doing a pretty good job interviewing his two buddies there.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was awesome. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes out of turn number 4. Car kind of slowing down the back straightaway. And he'll pick up a 34.581, a 34.581 for the driver of the 367.
You know what's nice about this class is the Bandoleros or the NASCAR Mini Cup, we used to call them here. A lot of these drivers will come out of there coming into the juniors, LunkerDaddies, and moving on up to different divisions, even in NASCAR.
And this is a national series that runs all over the United States, and it's basically big back in Nashville. We have one of the guys that goes back there and runs in the Legends, which is Ethan Nascimento. He's a champion in this series, and that's another national series. As we have the young man out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They call him Rowdy. It's Kellen Keller, driver of the 22. He is your points leader right now in the Bandoleros. Keller comes off turn number 2. He'll keep the RPMs up as he heads off into turn number 3. He'll bring the car to the bottom of the track, and he'll see that wide flag indicating one more lap of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway as he comes out of turn number 4. And Keller with a 19.300, a 19.300 for the young man they call Rowdy out of Las Vegas, Nevada, of Kellen Keller.
Yeah, I have to cheer these guys on because we both out of Nevada.
Definitely. Anybody out of my home state, I would root for them too. And that one 10 times better with an 18.996. At 18.996 for the young man out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They call him Rowdy. It's Kellen Keller.
You know, the sad thing when I got here last night and even walking around in the pits, there's people I don't even recognize. There's maybe 4 cars, drivers, and the crews that I remember from 8 years ago.
You've been gone too long.
Been gone too long.
When I come to announce here in 2019, Kenny gave me the opportunity, and I was blessed. This is a great facility to come and announce for, and couldn't be more honored to come and announce it. This bad track. I love it. I love all the fans. I love all the crews. You build a rapport with people in the racing world. So, more back to the race fans. I'm sorry about that. But on the track now, this young man, the number 7 is Skylar Shoppy. Oh. Here the tires are squealing. Did he keep it off the wall? Clock still running. He'll pick up the green flag. Possibly start his qualifying over. This young man right here battling with the number 22 of Kellen Keller for the championship. This young man is a rookie in the series and been really phenomenal in the class as a first-time driver. And he'll pick up the white flag. And Skylar Shoppy will pick up a 20.254. A 20.254 for the driver of the 7 of Skylar Shoppy. Maybe lap 2 will be a lot better for this young man as he comes out of turn number 4 for his final lap of qualifying here for the Bandoleros here at the Madera Speedway. And he'll pick up a, Lord, look at that, an 18.702. An 18.702 for the young man. And the number 7 is Skylar Shoppy. He'll pick up top qualifier.
You know, Brian, when I left here, when I moved back to Nevada, kept an eye on Madera Speedway on the internet and all the live racing we had going on. And through the years, you could notice the big difference in these two divisions between the pros and the junior late models, how much everybody has improved.
Yeah, and it's every year it's getting basically faster. You're getting high caliber drivers. I mean, these kids are phenomenal.
Yeah.
In the 5150 junior late models, and then these drivers that are moving up to the pro late models, like Brody Armtrout. He was a 2021 champion. Now he moves up to the pro late models. Kiersey Young's now moved and developed him to the pro late models. We're losing our junior late model drivers, but that's how it works.
Well, that's the reason for the junior late models. You don't want to stay there. You want to move up. Exactly. That's what racing is all about. All right. Who we got coming out now, Brian?
This driver comes to us out of Bass Lake, California. Driver the number 16H of Mike Hensley. Mike Hensley, driver the 16H.
Mike retired for quite a few years and just started racing again a couple of years ago, right? Yeah.
Yep. Jumped back in the car, and he's got some of John Keller's guys working on his car, and his program's turned 100% around.
Talked to him. He said his wife allows him to go back to racing now.
But she's a big part of it, so he that's on the thank you list. You know, every wife is a supporter of these drivers as they fulfill those dreams of racing. And Mike Hensley picks up a 15.545 for the driver out of Bass Lake, California, the 16H of Mike Hensley. On the track now, looks like the number 34 of Kevin Ferdin. Kevin Ferdin in the number 34 car. There we go. Now his name pops up on the board here for the transponders. So keep track of the time on this driver. He is an SRL driver. Coming to join us on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout. He'll pick up the white flag here at the Madera Speedway. He'll pick up a 15.511, a 15.511 for the driver of the 34 of Kevin Ferdin. Ferdinand comes out at turn number 4, checker flag high in the air, being the second car on the track to qualify. And he'll pick up a 15.399, a 15.399 for the driver, the number 34 of Kevin Ferdinand. Next car to hit the track out of Ukiah, California. This is 69, Kyler Berry. Kyler Berry, driver the number 69 out of Ukiah, California. He'll be the second car to qualify for LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models here on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout powered by Mission Foods at the fastest 1/3 mile and west of Madera Speedway. And Barry will pick up a 15.457 of 15.457 for the driver, the number 69 of Kyler Berry. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 5. Second lap for Kyler Berry will be a 15.457, a 457 for the 69 of Kyler Berry. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 5. She comes to us out of Ramona, California, the NATC, CPI, Factory Canopies, Mankey Trucking, HomeSmiles.com, Lyle Hunter Tax Services, Hampton Inn Suites, and Hearts, Break a Heart, and Ron's Tires. It's Olivia Mankey in the number 5 car. Olivia Mankey in the 5. This young lady has supported all the club races and all the televised races here at the fastest 1/3 mile west of the Madera Speedway as she embarks on this $10,000 to win Short Track Shootout. Her first lap, a 15.459, a 15.459 for the young lady out of Ramona, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings. And don't forget, race fans, we are taking the top 16 cars for qualifying. Then we will take the top 6 finishers from the B main for provisional starting positions for the drivers that will make the race according to their positions in 2022 point standings. Note, if a personal starting position is not used, or provisional starting is not used, we will take an additional car from the B main for the race. So right now, on the track is the number 77 of Rick Thompson out of Fresno, California. He'll be the 6th car to qualify here for this 10th annual Short Track Shootout. As it comes out of turn number 4, he'll pick up the checkered flag. And Rick Thompson with the 15.337. Sorry, race fans, I did not get that first qualifying time. My eyes were in the wrong computer. And he will go to the top of the pylon. The man out of Fresno, they call him the Silver Fox. He is the Iron Man of Rick Thompson. On the track now, we pick up the number 8X of Aiden Daniels. Aiden Daniels in the 8X car. That will be our 6th car to qualify here for the 10th annual Short Track Shootout. So what you're looking at is you're wanting to be above that 16th spot. If not, you'll be in the B main. And in the B main, we are taking 6 finishers out of that B main. So you want to qualify above that 16th spot. And Aiden Daniels with the 15.183, a 15.183 for the driver of the 8X right now is at the top of the podium. They are just knocking them down one after one. On the track now is the number 5S of Pete Soto. Pete Soto comes to us from Santa Clara, California. The Aeronautics Metal Supply Group, Bliss Racing Engineering, and Yak Graphics Incorporated. It's Pete Soto in the 5S. Adam, the hometown of the San Francisco 49ers. As he comes out of turn number 4, he'll pick up the white flag of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. And Soto will pick up a 15.367, a 15.367, pitting him P3 on the pylon for qualifying here on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout. Let's see what lap 2 brings. He comes out of turn number 4. And Soto will stay right there with the 15.367. First lap, second lap, a 15.426. Next car to come out of the gate for qualifying. He is a 5150 junior late model qualifying with the big LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. This is another driver out of the Kyle Keller Racing Development Team, a big product of John Keller and his crew. This young man's out of Mill Valley, California, usually drives sprint cars, midgets. Now jumping into a full-body car. The young man out of Mill Valley, California, the 14 of Monty Tipton. Monty Tipton out of Mill Valley, California. Been up on the podium. Young man's really starting to show his stride in the junior late models. Now qualifying for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. That first lap will be a 15.492. A 15.492 for the young man out of Mill Valley, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings. Wow, Monty Tipton, a 15.323. A 15.323 for the young man out of Mill Valley, California. Will pit him P2 on the pylon and qualifying for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models here on the 10th annual Short Track Shootout. Here, the fastest 1/3 mile in the West, the Madera Speedway. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 17 car. She comes to us out of Bakersfield, California. It's the Frank's Cabinet Shop Incorporated, San Jose Collision, Motor City Buick, Brooklyn's Barbecue, Bobby Courtney Enterprise Racing, and it goes to carry is Kiersey Young. Kiersey Young out of Bakersfield, California. As she rolls out for the 10th annual Short Track Shootout here at the Madera Speedway. Trying to pick up that big money at the biggest race here in Central California. That first lap was a 15.256. Second lap, a 15.322. Pit her second on the pylon of qualifying, race fans. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 10. This is the young man, or not the young man, but one of our drivers out of the MST. Now jumping up into the late models. He's out of Corsa Gold, California. It's the Ridgeline Capital Investments, LLC, and the TFX Graphics of Sean Reynolds. Sean Reynolds in the number 10 car. First lap for Reynolds will be a 15.225. A 15.225 for the 10 of Sean Reynolds out of Corsa Gold, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings as the checker flag flies for lap 2 of qualifying. Oh, a 15.202. A 15.202 for the driver out of Corsa Gold, California. Of Sean Reynolds. Next car to hit the track is the number 22 car. He comes to us out of Bakersfield, California. This is Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith. Don't be confused, race fans. There are two. One from Bakersfield, one for Eagle, Idaho. And this is the young man out of Bakersfield, California, driving the number 22 car. And I believe this is an old Racing Vernon car that this young man's driving out of Bakersfield, California. As we got that information earlier in the pits. So this is a Racing Vernon car driven by Jacob Smith out of Bakersfield, California. Jacob Smith, 15.308, a 15.308. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he'll come out of turn number 4 here on the 10th annual Short Track Shootout at the Madera Speedway. And he'll stay right there with the 15.395. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 33 car. This driver comes to us out of Corsa Gold, California. It's the Ridgeline Capital Investments MTFX Graphics of the Rocket of Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds out of Corsa Gold, California. He'll pick up the green flag for his qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. As we are right now, 12 cars. This is the 12th car to qualify. So we're getting close to that 16th mark. That is the cutoff for the 16 cars to qualify into the big show. Ryan Reynolds picks up a 15.226. A 15.226, right on the heels of his younger brother or older brother. I can't remember, but they're both very fast. Second lap, Ryan Reynolds moves into P2 with a 15.184, a 15.184 for the driver out of Corsa Gold, California. Next car to hit the track looks like the 12J. He comes to us out of San Jose, California. That car is powered by Ericsson's. And it's sponsored by ZoneUp.com. It's Jay Julson. Jay Julson out of San Jose, California. This young man jumping back in the car this season, hooking up with the Ericssons, and he's been phenomenal as he's been back to the Madera Speedway It's always good to see these young drivers back to the racetrack, and Jay Juleson's been up there. And he'll pick up a 15.227, a 15.227 for the driver out of San Jose, California, the 12J of Jay Juleson. As he comes out of turn number 4, checker flag high in the air for 2 laps of qualifying. He'll stay right there at P4 with a 15.213, a 15.213 for the driver out of San Jose, California, of Jay Juleson. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 29 car. He comes to us out of Smartville, California. The Impact Transportation 29 of Brody Armtrout. Brody Armtrout out of Smartville, California. As he'll pick up the green flag of his qualifying here at the Madera Speedway on this 10th annual Short Track Shootout, powered by Mission Foods. At the fastest 1/3 mile in the West, the Madera Speedway. And if you're not here, race fans, you're in the wrong spot. But you can see us on ShortTrack TV. And I know some of you fans are watching us right now, but his first lap for that number 29 of Brody Armstrong, wasting no time. He'll go straight to the top of the pylon with a 15.151. A 15.151 for the driver out of Smartsville, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings. A 15.88. A 15.188 for the driver out of Smartsville, California. The 29 of Brody Armtrout. Next car to hit the track. He comes to us out of Fresno, California. It's a Herzog Roofing Crown Homes number 1 of Tyler Herzog. So right now the battle for those qualifying spots, as we got a lot more cars to qualify. Race fans, let's see what lap 1 brings for the number 1 car of Tyler Herzog. And he'll move into P7 with the 15.260, a 15.260 for the driver out of Fresno, California, of Tyler Herzog. And Herzog moves to the top of the pylon with the 15.091, a 15.091. This young man not wasting no time as he moves to the top of the pylon in that Herzog Roofing Crown Homes number 1 of Tyler Herzog. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 11 car. He comes to us out of Eagle, Idaho. It's the Westmark Group. Sugar Pine Smokehouse and Idaho Solar. It's Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith in the number 11 car out of Eagle, Idaho. This young man was in Las Vegas, finished 9th in the ARCA Menards West Series race. Gets in the car, the plane, and comes right back to Madera for day 2 of racing. Multiple drivers that were there last night are here tonight. Kyle Keller, Jacob Smith, multiple drivers that are here. Sean Hingaroni. And let's see what Jacob Smith gets. 15.187, a 15.187 for the 11 of Jacob Smith out of Eagle, Idaho. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 42 car. Of Matt Erickson. Matt Erickson, driver of the number 42 car. Erickson back in the car after some time. Now here for the Short Track Shootout at the fastest 1/3 mile in west of the Madera Speedway. And Erickson will pick up a 15.182. A 15.182 for the driver of the number 42, Matt Erickson. Let's see what lap 2 brings. He comes out of turn number 4. And Erickson will stay right there with that 15.205. A 15.205 for the driver of the number 42 of Matt Erickson. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 13H. It's going to be the Sean Hingaroni. No, it's Eric Nascimento is what we're seeing on the board here, race fans. Eric Nascimento. In that number 13H here at the Madera Speedway. And Eric Nascimento will pick up a 15.623. A 15.263 for the 13H of Eric Nascimento. That will put him 10th on the grid of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. Next car to hit the track looks like the 04 car. Here comes out of Ukiah, California. It's good to have him back to the Madera Speedway of Cole Brown. Cole Brown in the 04 car. Cole Brown out of Ukiah, California here at the $10,000 short track shootout at the fastest 1/3 mile in the West of Madera Speedway. Cole Brown will pick up the initial green flag for his qualifying here for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Model qualifying session on this 10th annual short track shootout powered by Mission Foods. And Cole Brown will go P2 with the 15.111. Let's see what lap 2 brings. He'll stay right there with the 15.170 for lap 2. That first lap, very quick, a 15.111 for the driver out of Ukiah, California, the 04 of Cole Brown. Cole Brown. Next car to hit the track looks like the 88 of Colby Berry. Colby Berry, driver the number 88. And right now, the 34 car of Kevin Ferdinand is on the bubble, as he is the 16 car in qualifying. Let's see what the 88 of Colby Berry will do as he makes his qualifying here for the $10,000 track short track shootout. Colby Berry being the 20th car to qualify. Let's see what he can do as he comes out of turn number 4. He'll pick up the white flag indicating one more lap of qualifying. And Colby Berry will stay right there with the 15.477, a 15.477 for the driver of the 88 of Colby Berry. On the track now, it's the number 45 car, the Corbin Cash Potatoes, Waterford Irrigation, Ridgeline Investments, and McDonald Farms, and MTFX Graphics. Out of Atwater, California, it's racing Jason Aguirre. Racing Jason Aguirre out of Atwater, California, as he comes out of turn number 2 for his qualifying here for the short track shootout at the Madera Speedway. He'll pick up the white flag for his qualifying session. And Aguirre will go P8 with a 15.195, a 15.195 for the driver out of Atwater, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes out of turn number 4. Checker flag high in the air. And Aguirre right to P3 with a 15.148. A 15.148 for the driver out of Atwater, California, of racing Jason Aguirre.
Aguirre, one of the veteran drivers out of here, Brian. I've known him for many, many years out here at Madera Speedway. When I first met them, you know, back when I came back here in 2009, I believe it was. And when I got here last night, I couldn't believe, like I said, all new faces out there. And there's probably about 4 drivers that I actually recognize, and Aguirre was one of them.
And you just, like you said, it's been 8 years since you've been here. A lot of stuff has changed, a lot of new faces. I mean, there's a lot of young superstars out there all over the world, and they get to embark on this beautiful racetrack they call the Madera Speedway. And we got, look at Jesse Love's come from here. Haley Diggins come from here. You know, a lot of superstars. And this is where they started.
Well, Kenny Shepard's done a great job with both these divisions, with the junior 5150 and the pro late models. He's done a great job with them throughout the years since I've been gone with them. Who's on the track right now, Brian?
All right, this driver comes to us out of Modesto, California. It's right in front of my face. Out of Modesto, California, the 71K of Kyle Gattulo. Kyle Gattulo. As it comes out of turn number 4. And Gattulo wasted no time with that 15.11. 15.111 right there. He'll put him P3 on the grid. As this, like I said, race fans, we are only taking 16 from qualifying. And then we'll have a B main. Then we'll take 6 from the B main. And then there'll be provisionals for points. So you're going to want to get above that 16 mark. Right now on the bubble is the number 77 of Rick Thompson out of Fresno, California. He is 16th on the grid for qualifying. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more cars to qualify. So anything can happen with these next 12 cars here at this $10,000 to win short track shootout at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west of Madera Speedway. And this young man is no stranger to the Madera Speedway, driver of the number 25 car. Eric Schmidt, he's back in the car here at the Madera Speedway. It's good to see him back in the race car. No stranger to any racetrack in California, as he's back here to pick up that 10K of Eric Schmidt. Keeps the tires a squealing, keeps that car glued to the bottom of the track as he rolls off into turn number 3. He'll pick up the white flag of qualifying here for the 25 of Eric Schmidt. And look at that, Davey, 15.100. 15.100 for the driver of the 25. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes off turn number 4. And he'll stay right there with the 15.162 second time around. But that 15.100 will keep him second on the pylon of qualifying for the $10,000 short track shootout, as we still have multiple cars to qualify, race fans.
So that puts a 16 of Monty Tipton on the bubble. Rick Thompson dropped down to 17th after that great run by Eric.
Because like I said, race fans, you need to be in that 16th spot. That is the bubble, and they're starting to bump them out one right after another. So unless you're provisional by points, that's the only way you'll get in, or you'll be one of those 6 from the B main, and that's a fight to try to get in. And there's, I believe there's a on the track now. She comes to us out of Loomis, California. She's going to qualify with the 5150 Junior Late Model. She is a driver of the 5150 Junior Late Model Series out of Loomis, California. It's the Sinister Diesel number 7 of Kenna Mitchell. As she rolls to the track to qualify with the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models on this $10,000 to win 10th annual short track shootout here at the Madera Speedway. She'll pick up the green flag. And Kenna Mitchell wasting no time, race fans. This young lady picks up a 15.093. A 15.093 for the young lady out of Loomis, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings as she comes off turn 4. And she goes to the top of the pylon with the 15.081. A 15.081 for the young lady out of Loomis, California in the Sinister Diesel number 7 of Kenna Mitchell. As she goes to the top of the pylon, we are just continuing to knock them down, race fans. One right after another. You just pray to the man upstairs that you are in that top 16. And on the track now, this guy comes from Folsom, California, sponsored by Folsom Asphalt. It's the number 8 of Jason Romero. Jason Romero out of Folsom, California.
Driver profile.
Romero, no stranger to the Madera Speedway. This man comes for the money, and that's why he's here at the Madera Speedway. Let's see what lap one right there is a prediction, race fans. A 15.023. A 15.023 for the driver, the number 8 out of Folsom, California. The 8 of Jason Romero. Wasting no time, race fans. That's why these drivers come for these big shows, and that is the driver right there in the 8 of Jason Romero. Next car to hit the track will be the number 1K of Robbie Keneally out of Madera, California. He is a driver in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series, bumping it up for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Model qualifying here. He's going to try to get that $10,000 as he's out to qualify here with the Pro Late Models. And Keneally will pick up his initial green flag of qualifying here at the Madera Speedway. White flags out. Keneally will pick up.
Brian, on the board, looks like we got 7 cars to still qualify, and still sitting on that bubble is the 17 of Kersey Young.
That is true. The 17 car now on the bubble of being knocked off. And that 1K of Robbie Keneally picked up a 15.064. That second lap, race fans, I apologize, did not get the first time in. He is P2 on the pylon right now of qualifying. Top qualifier is the 8 of Jason Romero out of Folsom, California. Then we pick up the 1K of Robbie Keneally out of Madera. In that 7th spot, the 7 of Kenny Mitchell out of Loomis, California. Then we pick up the driver out of Fresno, the 1 of Tyler Herzog. In the 5th spot is the 25 of Eric Schmidt. And right behind him in the 6th spot, the 04 of Cole Brown out of Ukiah, California. Then we can pick up the 71G of Kyle Gattulo. And right there in the 8th spot, out of Outwater, California, the 45 of Racing, Jason Aguirre. And in the 9th spot, the 29 of Brody Armtrout out of Smartsville, California. And in the 10th spot is the 42 of Matt Erickson. On the track now, looks like the number 89 of Sheldon Cooper. He comes to us out of Clovis, California. Sheldon Cooper in the 89 car. Very quiet car out there on the racetrack. As he comes off turn number 4, he'll pick up the white flag of qualifying here for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. And Sheldon Cooper will pick up a 15.178. A 15.178 will put him 10th on the pylon. Let's see what lap 2 brings for the young man out of Clovis, California, in the 89 Sheldon Cooper. And Cooper will stay right there with that 15.192 for his second qualifying. First lap of 15.178. He'll stay 10th on the grid as we still have 2, 4, 6 more cars to qualify here at the Madera Speedway for this 10th annual Short Track Shootout powered by Mission Foods at the fastest 1/3 mile in the west of Madera Speedway. We're still waiting on your 2 tied drivers in the points. The 07 of Jaden Woolbridge out of Vancouver, Washington. The 12K of Kyle Keller, the Wild Child, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. The 21E of Ethan Nasty Nascimento. The 51 of the man that helped get this stuff going and has done so much for the community and all these kids. The 51 of Carlos Vieira. The 88K, they call him Cash. It's Casey Klein out of Quincy, Washington. Then we pick up the young man that's driving. He's a development driver for Kowicki. The 92Z out of Napa, California, of Dylan Zampa. So here we go. We see the 21. That's the 20. They got a 21E, but it's 21 in on the card. That's Nasty of Ethan Nascimento on the track out of Manteca, California. Let's see what he can do. He has been very exciting all season. as he comes off turn number 4. First lap of qualifying for the young man out of Manteca, California. And Ethan Nascimento wasted no time as he moves to P3 with a 15.077. A 15.077 for the man out of Manteca, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings for the young man. And he'll move to P2 with a 15.051. A 15.051 for the driver out of Manteca, California. The 21 in of, they call him Nasty, the Nascimento Sports of Ethan Nascimento. Next car to hit the track looks like the number 92Z. Is the Alan Kowicki development driver out of Napa, California. Does a lot for his community. Dylan Zampa. Dylan Zampa in the number 92Z. And no, this isn't Logan. This is Dylan in this car. And as he brings the brothers' car back to the racetrack here at the Madera Speedway, see what he can do. He'll pick up his first lap of qualifying. And Dylan Zampa wasted no time with a 15.041. A 15.041 for the driver out of Napa, California. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes off turn number 4. And Zampa straight to the top with the 14.946. A 14.946. This young man is here for the money, race fans. That's why you see these high-profile caliber drivers here at the fastest 1/3 mile west of Madera Speedway. And he's part of the Alan Kowicki development driving. He does a lot for his community. Good kid, and it's good to see him right there on top as we still have 4 more cars to qualify.
Right, I see on the board here, in that bubble is the 11 of Jacob Smith. So he's kind of sitting back there a little bit worried right now.
Yeah, and, we're only taking 16 out of qualifying. Then there'll be the B main. 6 will come out of the B main. Then there will be provisionals by points. If there's any lucky dogs to get those provisionals, we'll find out through the scoring and points. But on the track now is the number 51 of Carlos Vieira. He comes to us out of Livingston, California. It's the 5150, Living the Madness, Allied Packing of Carlos Vieira. He will be retiring. This is his last race of the season. And he's got all his youngsters out here for gloves and not drugs crewing for him on that 51 car. And let's see where Carlos Vieira qualified at. In the 19th spot with a 15.215. 15.215. Lap 2, he'll stay right there at 19th with the 15.279. But this is knocking down doors, living the madness. The number 51 of Carlos Vieira. One of the coolest guys you would ever meet. And tonight is his final farewell as he is retiring from the racing world.
Well, it's going to be very sad, not only in his personal life, that what he's gone through and what he's done in racing. Again, it's going to be a sad night for Carlos and a lot of his fans out here.
Well, it's kind of like a sad thing, and it's kind of, well, I don't want to say it like this, but it's a celebration.
It could be a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
A guy that's done so much for the racing community, for the kids, the organizations that he has, the books that he does, knocking down doors, and what he does for a lot of people, organizations. He is a great all-around guy. So it's going to be a sad night, but we'll celebrate Carlos Vieira for sure. But on the track now, this young driver, he comes to us out of Quincy, Washington. The 88 of Casey Klein. They call him Cash. It's Casey Klein. Part of the Nate Clower Motorsports team. Let's see what lap 1 brings for the 88 of Cash, Casey Klein. As his first lap is a 15.300. A 15.300. Let's see what lap 2 brings. And he'll stay right there at 22nd qualifier with the 15.297. A 15.297 for the driver out of Quincy, Washington. They call him Cash of Casey Klein. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2 drivers tied for the points for the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. Here is your first one on the track now, the 12K. This young man comes to us out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's sponsored Blazer, Swiss Lube, Mojave Construction, and Third Eye and Battleborn Racing. It's the wild child of Kyle Keller. And both these drivers are tied for the championship in the LunkerDaddy Pro Late Models. Both of them have 3 wins this season. And the points are identical for both drivers. And Kyle Keller picks up a 15.011. A 15.011 for the young man at Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see what lap 2 brings as he comes off turn 4. Keeps her glued to the bottom of the track. And he'll stay right there at P2 with that 15.007. So we're looking at 007 on the racetrack. The young man out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They call him the Wild Child. It's Kyle Keller. And our final qualifier of the day for this 10th annual 10K Short Track Shootout powered by Mission Foods, the 07 out of Vancouver, Washington. He's sponsored by Madera Blinds and Shutters. Crown Living, Madera Blinds and Shutters, and the Pacific Companies. It's Jaden Walbridge out of Vancouver, Washington. As he runs that 07 off into turn number 3, he'll pick up the initial green flag for his qualifying here for the Short Track Shootout here at the Madera Speedway. As he is a defending champion of the series. Can he get back-to-back championships? We'll find out tonight, race fans, as he comes out of turn 4 for lap 1 of qualifying. And Walbridge picks up a 15.054. A 15.054. That will put him 5th on the grid for qualifying. Let's see what lap 2 brings. And he will move to P2 with a 14.998. A 14.998 for the driver out of Vancouver, Washington. The 07 of Jaden Walbridge. So your top 16 drivers is the driver out of Napa, California, the 92Z of Dylan Zampa, the 07 of Jaden Walbridge in the 2nd spot. 3rd to qualify will be the 12K of Kyle Keller out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we pick up the 4th spot, the 8 out of Folsom, California of Jason Romero. The 5th spot, the 21E, well, they got an E, but it's in on the car, of Nasty Ethan Nascimento. And in the 6th spot out of Madera, California, the 1K of Robbie Keneally. Then we pick up the young lady that comes to us out of Loomis, California in the 7th spot with the 7 car with the Sinister Diesel sponsorship of Kenna Mitchell. And in the 8th spot, we got the 1 car, the Herzog Home Crown Living, number 1 of Tyler Herzog. In the 9th spot, we'll pick up the number 25 of Eric Schmidt. The 10th spot, the 04 out of Ukiah, California of Cole Brown. Then we pick up the 11th spot, the 71G of Kyle Gattulo. And in the 12th spot, he comes to us out of Atwater, California of the 45 of Racing Jason Aguirre. Then we pick up the 13th spot, the 29 of Brody Arbtrout out of Smartsville, California. The 14th spot, the 89 out of Clovis, California, Sheldon Cooper. The 15th spot, the 42 of Matt Erickson. And in the 16th spot, your final qualifier out of qualifying to make the big show, the 8X of Aiden Daniels. That is your top 16 cars to qualify into the show. Then we'll run the B main, and we'll take 6 out of that. All right. And our 4 provisionals will be Sean Reynolds, Kiersey Young, Ryan Reynolds, and Jacob Smith.
And now Walbridge will have a 1-point lead.
And from what Stevens told me, Jaden Walbridge will have a 1-point lead over Kyle Keller. Wow, this is going down to nitty-gritty, boys. Let me tell you, race fans, you guys are in for one heck of a show here at the fastest 1/3 mile in west, the Madera Speedway. So sit back and enjoy as we get ready to prepare for our I believe our B main event is up next. So sit tight.
Hey, race fans. Kenny Shepard here with you. Live stream of the qualifying is concluded right now. I wanted to hop in here and say hi to a few people. We've got a lot going on up here. Tonight, if you're watching the members side at 6 o'clock, we go live with the main events. Junior late model first, then Bandoleros, then the 10,000 to win. LunkerDaddy ShortTrack Shootout presented by Mission Foods. And as I always say, make sure you're supporting the brands that support our sport. Buy Mission if you've got a chance. Buy 5150 products. Go on the 5150 website. Support them. Big supporters of the kids. I know the guys were just talking about it, but holy cow, what a B-main we've got coming up here shortly. Just unreal what's gonna take place here in just a little bit. And then at 6 o'clock, like I said, it's time for the main event. So you can join the members program when you're on the homepage here at youtube.com/ShortTrack TV. Most devices, there's some that I've found, it's a little bit of a quirky program. But most devices, you're able to find that join button at the top of the homepage, certainly on a laptop, home computer, even most tablets I've seen. On my tablet, I can get there. It's a YouTube program, not ours, but go there and join. It's $19.99 a month. If you just want to watch this race, you can join this month and then unjoin. But it's the same as buying a ticket, the way we view it, and it really helps us out. A lot of our fans have moved out of California, so a lot of our members, a bunch of them come over here and watch that. So I just wanted to say hello, Ken Goodwin, Hueytown, Alabama. Let's do this. Thank you. Charles, we've got, let's go up the list here, see who else we've got. Always like the El Toro 66, Tennessee, was always cool in our live streams last year. We're not able to do the same live streams. We've got multiple media contracts, so we can't push the content out unrestricted. We've got licensing agreements, so that's why we've got the membership program on the other side. So I'm going to end this live stream. If you want to come back at 6 o'clock, it'll be hammer down time for racing. Pam Silva watching from Aptos in the fog. I'm jealous, Pam. You know how much I love the fog. Good campfire, cold beer, and a little bit of fog. I'm a happy camper. All right, I'll let you guys take off. 6 o'clock on the members page. We'll be rocking and rolling with main event time. Probably have some highlights, too, from this B-main coming up. This is going to be pretty wild here shortly. Crazy amount of good cars in this B-main. This is old school racing where they're fighting for the bubble and trying to get in more than half the field doesn't make the A-main. Some tension in the pits right now. All right. Thank you for joining us here on ShortTrack TV. Hope to see you on the members page here shortly. You guys have a great night.